Promiscuity is rising. The percentage of 18 to 29-year-old women that have had 10 partners or more is at an all-time high at 17%, over 2 times higher than it was in 1989. Furthermore, for the same group, the percentage that have had sex with a stranger, in other words, from meeting a guy at a bar, club, or dating app, has increased from 20% in '88 to a staggering 60% last year.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. On today's episode, I'm going to step back and take a different approach on the hot topic in today's YouTube streets, Mocha Fest, and how the sexual revolution has offered up severe consequences. Here we go.
Attended Mocha Fest over the past weekend in Houston. The best thing for you to do is break up with her, because I ain't gonna hold you, bro. She was out there doing some things, okay? That's what Mocha Fest is all about. You know what I'm saying? It's some freaky ass shit. Trust me, I was there last year. I know how it goes. But understand something, fam. I tell you dudes all the time, fam. These chicks don't change. Like, if a chick is a thot when she's 7, she's still gonna be a thot at 70 years old. Because what you gotta understand is this, bro. When a chick is in the early 20s, right? What she does? Oh, let me go to spring break in Miami so I could be a thot out there. That's the move. That's where thots go when they're at that age, when they're in college, or when they finish college, right? And they still want to be on some whole shit because, like I said, that shit don't stop. That's when they go to Mocha Fest, carnivals, things like that, fam. So if you got a girl and this is where she goes to have fun, bro, I'm telling you, fam, that's not your girl. That girl's for everybody. When chicks get out there, they get down. You guaranteed to smash something out there, because it's usually women who are in their 30s out there at Mocha Fest. From 30s to 40s, this is where the older thoughts go, okay? When they don't go to South Beach anymore. They now go to Mocha Fest. This is disgusting. So these 2 chicks here was giving dude dome. And shouts to him. You know what I'm saying, man? Get it how you live. But you also got to be careful out here, bro. Because these chicks could have herpes in their mouth. You got to think about that, fellas. Because guess what? If they do, and they give you dome, now you got genital herpes. Fellas, be smart. Be smart out here. Now, nothing is wrong with getting dome from these 2 nasty birds, but put on a rubber first. You see what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to nasty chicks like this, fam, get the dome with the rubber. Play it safe. Yo, in Mocha Fest, these chicks just got done sucking some of the dude dick like 20 minutes ago. You got to keep that in mind, bro. See what I'm saying? And also, what if he had some ish on his joint? Now they done give that dude dome. Now they got the herp. Who knows? I'm just saying. This is wild. And what's so crazy? The same chicks will be screaming, well, I can't find a good man. Where all the good men at? After they leave Mocha Fest. It's crazy out here, man. Look, all I'm saying is this, fellas. Before your wife these chicks up, fam, do a background check. That's all I'm saying, dog. If you're dealing with a chick and you heard that she been going to Mocha Fest, don't wife her up. Have your fun and move around. Do not cuff a chick who goes to Mocha Fest. I'm just keeping it real, fam. She's getting down all the way out there with a different dude, probably every 4 hours out there, because it's not a different dude every night out there. No, chicks out there, they be trying to smash at least 4 or 5 dudes when they're out there. Facts.
Promiscuity is rising. The percentage of 18 to 29-year-old women that have had 10 partners or more is at an all-time high at 17%, over 2 times higher than it was in 1989. Furthermore, for the same group, the percentage that have had sex with a stranger, in other words, from meeting a guy at a bar, club, or dating app, has increased from 20% in '88 to a staggering 60% last year. The consequences of what will happen to society if these trends continue. And lastly, just so I'm not leaving you in suspense, I can tell you right away, things are not looking good for the future. If things carry on as they are, there will be very dark times ahead for the next generation of children, men, and most surprisingly, women as well. Anyway, let's get into it. Consequence number 1. The next generation of kids will face hardship. Study after study shows children born in single-parent households perform worse in just about every metric than those born in joint-parent households. They get worse grades at school, are less likely to do sports or extracurricular, are more likely to drop out, less likely to go to college, have lower employment rates, have lower paying jobs, have worse health and more health problems, are more likely to commit crime and end up in jail, more likely to divorce after getting married, and so on. In fact, the economic situation is so bad that almost half of children born to single mothers are currently living below the poverty line, whereas only 13% of joint parent households are in the same position. Now, obviously, all of these problems are associated with kids being raised by single parents. But what does this have to do with promiscuity? Well, promiscuity, and in particular female promiscuity, leads to an increase in single-parent kids for 2 reasons. 1, it increases the number of women that get pregnant by accident. And then, if she decides to keep the baby with no man in place, she will be left to raise the child on her own. And 2, formerly promiscuous women are way more likely to divorce their husbands. 6-fold, in fact, from having 10 or more previous partners, compared to women that have had no premarital partners. And in these couples that end up divorcing where kids had already been born, it means the mother will now be left on her own to raise them. Anyway, of these 2 scenarios, I believe the first is way worse, because the child potentially may never meet his or her father at any stage of upbringing. And when this happens, it has a major negative impact on the child's life, especially if it's a boy. The reason a boy misses out more is because he will have no father figure to look up to teach him how to be a masculine man. Whereas for a girl, she will always have her mother to teach her femininity. As for the second scenario, this is a little better, but still can be bad depending on when the divorce happens. If the parents split up when the child is close to 18, it should be mostly fine because the father was there for the majority of the years. But if it happens when the child was under 5, it's almost as bad as never meeting the father in the first place, because the child has barely developed or had a chance to learn about the world. Anyway, what underpins all of this goes back to the original point of promiscuity. By a mother choosing either to have a one-night stand unprotected or a wild past that makes her more likely to divorce, both increase the chance you'll end up as a single mother, which, as shown, impedes the quality of her child's upbringing.
Health trend impacting a lot of women across our area. Syphilis skyrocketing in Houston. Good evening, I'm Keith Garvin.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, the Houston Health Department is calling the sharp rise in cases of the sexually transmitted disease an outbreak. KPRC2's Andy Sirota live in Sunnyside, where a community meeting was held today about this. Andy?
Danny, Keith, a number of medical directors from some of the community-based health clinics attended that meeting here today at the Sunnyside Health and Multi-Service Center, along with members of the Harris County and Fort Bend County Health Departments. Of all the cases Houston health officials are seeing, it's predominantly women of color who are most impacted. Nationally, there's been an uptick in syphilis cases, and health officials here say in many ways Houston is no different when it comes to what's happening in many major urban areas across the country right now.
As a large urban jurisdiction, we've got to be really aggressive in our response when we see these kinds of cases, because we have millions of people who may be at risk.
Since 2016, syphilis cases in women have increased by 128%. New infections rose from 1,845 in 2019 to nearly 3,000 in 2022. Cases involving women who passed the infection onto their baby during pregnancy soaring from 16 cases in 2016 to 151 in 2021.
To see the numbers rise in this alarming rate really sounded the alarm for us.
Houston health officials urging pregnant women to seek prenatal care and syphilis testing to protect themselves from an infection that could result in the death of their babies. Untreated syphilis during pregnancy can result in a stillbirth.
We're waiving fees, so we want to encourage folks to come in and get services.
Local health officials say they're seeing a lot of co-infections of HIV with syphilis, along with gonorrhea and chlamydia. The health department is working with medical providers and collaborating with its community-based partners to increase awareness of the outbreak and enhance testing and treatment in Houston neighborhoods. Some hot spots that health officials are watching include areas of southwest Houston and some areas up on the north side. Syphilis, we were told, is easily treated with antibiotics. If you have questions about testing, you can call the Houston Health Department hotline. That number is 832-393-5010. Live in Sunnyside tonight, Andy Sirota, KPRC 2 News.
Well, folks, I'm almost lost for words. The activities that took place at that Mocha Fest make any of those Roman orgies seem like a romp in the park. But more importantly, if there is not an outcry from you ladies that are not involved in these type of activities, as well as the churches and all these other groups who claim they want to have a strong family structure, if you don't do something to turn this around, it is over. The culture in the U.S. today is basically on a downward spiral to destruction. Not to mention, if you notice the news clip talking about diseases like syphilis, and they're bringing back diseases that at one point we thought we had eradicated. But these are the times we live in, and may God help us all. But I want to hear from you in the comments section. Please, whether you agree or disagree, provide your comments there, and I will be more than happy to engage. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons, and have a good day.